Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King. And today I'm going to be giving you part 41 of What If Kurama gave Naruto a dojutsu. Remember to get this one to 100 like as usual. Share this to all of your friends on your social media platform. And also go ahead and check out Anime King too. And if you haven't heard about it yet, that's my second channel. So go ahead and check it out and enjoy all of the lovely what ifs over there. And if you do enjoy them, go ahead and click that red subscribe button and be a part of the channel. And thank you for all of your support and help. So I posted a new episode of Uchiha Naruto the Sage, so go ahead and check it out. And I also posted a new episode of What If Naruto Got a New Bloodline, so check that out as well. And on this channel I just posted a new episode of What If Tsunade was Naruto's mother, so enjoy it as well. And if you're new to Anime King and this is the first time you hear my voice, what are you waiting for guys? Go ahead and click that red subscribe button and be a part of the channel. And thank you for all of your help and your support. And comment down below and tell me if you're new. I'll be replying and talking back to all of you. So yeah guys, without further ado, let's get straight into this new episode. So, in the last part we left off, the masked man appeared with Orochimaru as he wanted Orochimaru back in the Akatsuki, as he then brought him to talk back to Pain, as Pain didn't trust Orochimaru one bit as he told Konan to keep an eye on Orochimaru. Back at the Leaf Village, Naruto started his training with the Kyuubi as she was teaching him all sorts of things, and she also told him about the Sage of Six Paths and the Dojutsu the Rinnegan. So they also had a trial with Sasuke, and after talking to Sasuke, Naruto felt like he really made a change, as Sasuke was still going to be punished, but it wasn't anything bad, and they were still going to supervise him until they think that he's trustworthy again. So with that, Naruto spent the rest of the day at Ichiraku Ramen as he then saw Yujiro, the Anbu girl, when Anko removed her mask and she got all flustered, so Naruto followed her. So yeah, that was basically the last part we left off. You guys can switch across the playlist and check it out for yourself. So let's start this new episode. It was currently night and Naruto was still following Yujiro. Naruto followed her for about 30 minutes until she stopped, as she reached a memorial stone as she laid some flowers down. Wait a minute, Uncle said that Yujiro had a difficult time lately. I wonder if this is why. As Naruto saw Yujiro drop her cat mask as she placed a hand on the memorial stone, Naruto then turned to leave. The moment he turned around, he had to dodge a kunai as he picked up on it because of his senses. As he quickly flipped around and he had to dodge Yujiro's sword coming at his neck as he backflipped. It was dark, so she couldn't see his face. As Naruto flipped back into the field, "Who are you and why are you following me?" Yujiro asked, while Naruto sighed. As it was too late, he didn't want to fight, and he was tired from his training and the meeting. "I am Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze. As for why I'm following you, I don't know either," Naruto said. Yujiro sighed as she withdrew her sword, as she realized that it was the same blonde who was talking to Anko yesterday with Kimimaro. "I see. Well, if you don't mind, I'll be leaving," Yujiro said. But before she could leave, she was stopped by Naruto. As he walked up to her, "Don't be in such a rush. So why were you out here anyways?" As Yujiro sighed, as she told him, "I was just putting some flowers on a memorial stone." As she then turned around, but she felt a light tap on her shoulder. "What exactly were you doing here?" Naruto asked her, as Yujiro narrowed her eyes. Who the hell is this boy? As he was demanding to know what she was doing. Not even her Anbu captain, when she was in the wrong mood, could tell her what to do. "You do realize who you're talking to, right? I can kill you right now and make it look like an accident," Yujiro said, as Naruto chuckled. He had never been threatened like that before, as he knew that she was joking, or rather he hoped. "Well, I don't think it would be good if you kill a clan head. But I might not look it, but I can take you on," said Naruto, as Yujiro scoffed, as she wondered why wasn't she leaving and this boy was pissing her off. But she then turned to leave as Naruto remembered a special jutsu that he had. "Shadow Possession Jutsu," Naruto yelled. Yeah, I got it on my first try, Naruto said, as he captured Yujiro, as he jumped up, not realizing that he made Yujiro jump as well. I don't mean to interrupt you, but could you stop jump like an idiot? Yujiro said, making Naruto grin. Sorry about that, I guess I got a bit too excited. So, are you going to tell me what you were doing out here? Naruto asked. If I tell you, will you let me go? Yujiro said aside, as it was never Naruto's intention to push things so far, but it was so fun to push someone's buttons, especially a Anvu. Naruto then walked up to a tree as Yujiro mimicked his movements, as he got down and so did her. Alright, so what's up? Naruto asked as Yujiro sighed. I was here for a height. He was the Chunin exam's proctor for the preliminaries, Yujiro said, as Naruto remembered that guy who was always coughing. Yeah, that's right, he was always like that. I never got to say goodbye to him, she said, as Naruto looked down at the ground. Oh, sorry about that, Naruto said, as Yujiro looked up. It's alright, I guess. I do miss him a lot though. Maybe doing missions. It will take my mind off of things, Yujiro said, as Naruto nodded as he stood up. As Yujiro stood up as well, Naruto's shadow then retreated, as she looked at Naruto with a smile on her face. Thanks for listening to me. I needed to talk it out, she said. Yeah, it's best to talk things out than keep it inside. If you ever need to talk, just come by the Namikaze compound. I'll be willing to listen to you. Bye now, Naruto said, as he vanished in a yellow flash. Uzumaki Namikaze Naruto. Yujiro said to herself, as she then sunshined away. Forest of Death. Naruto sighed as he appeared in front of the gates of the Forest of Death, as he was beyond tired and he just wanted to go to sleep. As Naruto went inside, as he sensed someone following him, but he sensed a chakra and knew who it was. As he went over, you can come out now. I knew that you sensed me, the person said, as Naruto arrived at the campsite to see Anko and Kushina Fu. They were all sleeping, as he just smiled, as Kurenai jumped down from the tree. What are you doing here, Kurenai? Naruto asked. Kurenai gave him a small smile. You didn't think that you were done teaching me, did you? Besides, I only completed the first step of my training. You said that you trained me, and you aren't leaving until I get some training done. Same with Anko over there, Kurenai said. Just give me a break once in a while. First my clones got tortured by the Kyuubi and Mom, and then there was this trial with Sasuke. After that, I had a talk with Yujiro, and now Tsunade won't tell us what is this HP thing. I got one massive headache, Naruto said, as Kurenai nodded. Stress of being a clan head, isn't it? Kurenai asked as Naruto got down. As he leaned on the tree, Kurenai, I don't think I'm going to survive these 2 years, he said, as Kurenai raised an eyebrow. Why? She asked, as Naruto then grinned as he closed his eyes. Cause if this stress won't kill me, then the training will, Naruto said, as he laughed as Kurenai chuckled along with him. The next morning, come on Anko, come on Kurenai, you need to fight longer. Mix your speed with your taijutsu, Naruto ordered, while Kurenai and Anko fought each other. Kurenai and Anko suddenly became a part of Naruto's training group, not that anyone mind. Naruto just used the shadow clone to its limits, while he teach Kurenai and Anko, and he also teach Fu and Hinata, and he was taught by Kushina and the Kyuubi. Alright, you two can stop, Naruto said, as the both of them break, as Kurenai wiped her forehead. Anko did as well, as Anko got a sip of water. Meanwhile, Naruto was working hard with Hinata, as he had a smile on his face, as he was still surprised that Hayashi would allow him to train his daughter, but he didn't really care about that. He would help her anyways. Come on Hinata, strike harder and faster, Naruto said, as she was fighting another clone. I understand, Naruto, Hinata said, as she put more power into her techniques. Come on Fu, just keep it up, said Naruto, as Fu was tired, as she was practicing her jutsu for so long, as Naruto was being very strict in the jutsu, but he was still going slow so she could understood. She remembered what happened when she wrote a wrong symbol and she nearly burned down the entire forest. But she still continued to work hard. Currently, the real Naruto was laying on the ground huffing, while the Kyuubi and Kushina stood over him. The two decided to combine their training with Naruto, since he was using his shadow clones to teach other women. The Kyuubi also told Kushina about all the knowledge that she knew about the Sage of Six Paths. With Kimimaro, he groaned as he opened his eyes, as he couldn't remember much from last night. Only thing he remembered was when Tsunade and Shizune took him into a room, and he fell asleep. As he was getting up, but Shizune slowly pushed him back down. "It's good to see that you're up, Kimimaro, but you need to rest," Shizune said, as she wrote on a notepad. "How long have I been out?" he asked, as Shizune stopped writing for a second to answer him. "All night and most of the morning. We did your surgery, which was a brilliant success. You should be better in the next 3 to 4 days, just to recover from the surgery and get some good needed rest." "Thank you, Shizune," said Kimimaro. With Sasuke, Sasuke grumbled as he sat in his prison cell. He had 3 more days of this crap to deal with, but he was lucky that he only got 4 days. But it was still a pain in the ass. Sasuke sighed as he looked at his lonely bed, as he banged his head on the wall. "This is so stupid. I should be out getting stronger, but I am in here." "Please, brat, you're lucky," said a voice as from one of the other inmates. "You only got 4 days in here, of what I heard. And you tried to betray your village." Sasuke snorted. "You're just like your brother," the man said, as Sasuke slammed his fist into the wall, leaving a small crater. "I am nothing like him," Sasuke yelled. Many people say that he was like Itachi, but how the hell was the both of them the same? Naruto pointed some stuff out, but Sasuke refused to admit it, even if Naruto made sense. "Say all what you want, brat, but you're just like Itachi," the man said, as the other inmates started to say, "Like Itachi, yeah, he's just like Itachi," making Sasuke fume with anger, as he would have to go through another 3 days of this crap. Back with Yujiro. She seemed to be in a better mood, and her Anbu friends took note of that. She was a lot more involved in conversation, and she was talking more. "And why are you in such a special mood?" one of them asked her, as Yujiro simply shrugged her shoulders. "Nothing really," Yujiro said. "Now, are there any missions for us today?" she asked, as most of them shook their head. "No, Tsunade has requested that all Anvus come back to Konoha. Tsunade is planning something special with the Jonins." "What is she planning?" Yujiro asked, as most of them shrugged their shoulders. Well, none of them really know what was Tsunade planning. "Well, since we don't have any missions, why are we still here?" Yujiro asked, as another person came up to her and her group. "Well, we're on standby just in case. We can't get too lazy, can we?" he said, as Yujiro sighed. At the Inuzaka compound, Hana sighed as she leaned on the table. She was so bored. The vet was closed today, and she had no idea where Naruto was. Her mom had a mission, and she was gone, so she was so bored. "Damn it, what should I do?" she yelled out. "Somewhere near Konoha. It's been a while since we have a meeting with Konoha," said a man as he yawned. "Oh, stop your whining, Darui. But I can't believe that you want to go through this, Raikage," said the other man, as behind them was a woman in her late teens. "Stop your complaining, see. Raymond has been a thorn in our side for years, and we finally get to meet the brat that killed him. I might even want to spar against him myself," the Raikage said, making the woman behind them giggle. "Raikage, if you did that, then they would hate us," she said, making C nodding in agreement with her. "Yujito, give the brat some credit. It's not every day someone fight and kill a A-rank missing nin," said the Raikage. "Whoever this guy is, I wouldn't want to fight him either. Even Yujito cannot beat a A-rank nin. said Darui, as C chuckled and Yujito narrowed her eyes. Don't crack jokes, Darui, or I'll show you how a Jinjuli can really fight, said Yujito, as he sighed. Oh yeah, use a Nibi power on me, Yujito, said Darui. That's really fair, he said, making Yujito chuckle. Let's just hurry up and get there, the Raikage said, as they walked away. Man, he's in a hurry. Whoever this kid is, he must be quite impressive. I hope he look good as well, the Nibi said, making a contact with Yujito. Who cares, said Yujito. Aw, you're being too cold. Just a little longer, and you will meet your soon-to-be husband, the Nibi said, as Yujito rolled her eyes. I hope you're right, Nibi. I guess, Yujito said, as they walked towards Konoha. Back with Tsunade. Tsunade sighed as she slammed her hand down on her desk. So much damn paperwork. Shizune then burst into the room. Tsunade, we have an urgent report. Haku also came into the room. What is it now? Tsunade asked. It seems like the Raikage and his escorts are on their way right now. They will arrive in about 10 minutes, Shizune said, as Tsunade's eyes went wide. What? He's on his... As Shizune interrupted her, he says that he'd like to meet Naruto when he arrives, Shizune told her. Haku raised an eyebrow. To what the Raikage would want with Naruto, as Tsunade got up and walked through the door. She remembered that Naruto was in the forest of death, so she could reach him, but she has to greet the Raikage right now. Shizune, send an envoy to go and get the brat, tell him that the Raikage is coming. As Haku then tapped Tsunade on the shoulder. Haku, what is it? Asked Tsunade. I can go and get Naruto. My speed is just as fast as any envoy. As Tsunade nodded, as Haku then ran off. Back with Naruto, the Kyuubi was teaching him the basics to the Earth Affinity. As he stopped his training as he heard someone say Naruto, as him, Kushina and the Kyuubi turned as they saw Haku racing towards them. Hey Haku, you're out of the hospital. That's great, Naruto said, as Haku hopped for a bit, but then got serious. Naruto, you need to go now. Tsunade said that the Raikage is coming now. He arrived earlier than expected and he wants to meet you. What? He's coming now? It takes 3 days to get from Konoha to Kumo. How fast is this guy? Naruto wondered, as Kushina smirked. If it was who she thought it was, then it was no surprise. Well, son, if he's coming right now, then you need to go, Kushina said. Naruto sighed as he needed to take a shower and put on some new clothes. Alright, I will be going then. Mom, can you grab my swords for me? Naruto said as Kushina nodded. Sure, son, but why? She asked, curious, as Naruto rubbed the back of his head and slightly grinned. I just feel better when they're with me. I don't know why, Naruto said. Kushina shook her head as she got the swords and gave them to Naruto. They have been ringing and he had heard that sound for a long while now, and he just feels safer with them with him. They were his precious swords after all. Thanks, Mom, Naruto said as he rushed off. I think I'll go with him. You never know when you will need some help on politics, the Kyuubi said as she poofed out of sight, going back into the seal. So what are you guys doing out here? Haku asked Kushina. Training camp, said Kushina, as Haku's sweat dropped. A what? Haku thought. But she had a feeling that Kushina would verify for her. Meanwhile, Naruto was racing through the trees as he felt the Kyuubi enter back the seal. Come to keep me company, Naruto said. If I left you to deal with politics, it would be a disaster. Just call it insurance, the Kyuubi said, as Naruto then made it out of the forest. When Naruto made it home, he only took a 5-minute shower as he didn't have long, and he also washed his hair as he put on a dark pants and a dark blue shirt with long sleeve. And he also put on his Jonin vest over it, and he strapped on his sword as he went off with Tsunade. Well, Raikage, we weren't expecting you this early. You mind explaining why did you came so early? Asked Tsunade, while the Raikage sit across from her. with Darui, C, and Yujito behind him. Well, I was just interested in what the brat looked like. Maybe he looks like his mother or his father. Plus, I like to get things like this out of the way, if you know what I mean. As next to Tsunade was Kakashi on her right, and Asuma on her left, and Shizune behind her. Yes, I understand, but isn't a marriage proposal kind of sudden? Asked Tsunade, as Asuma and Kakashi's eyes went wide. Someone is getting married to a Kumonin? I wonder who it is, thought Asuma and Kakashi. But their thoughts was cut off when there was a knock on the door. Finally, he's here. Come on in, said Tsunade, as the doorknob turned. As Naruto walked in, as Darui and C raised their eyebrow, as the Raikage scanned Naruto, Yujito seemed to look him over as well, while Kakashi and Asuma were downright shocked. Am I late? Naruto asked, walking into the room. Tsunade grinned as she placed her elbows on the table. No, brat, you're right on time, Tsunade said, as she stood to her feet, as she grabbed Naruto and placed him at her side, as she introduced him. This is Naruto, Uzumaki Namikaze, that you sent the note to, said Tsunade as she looked at the Raikage. As the Raikage looked at Naruto, it was hard to believe that Naruto was a Jonin at his age. But stranger thing has happened in this world. So, you're Naruto Namikaze. You really take after your father, A said, while Darui and C nodded with him. Thank you, I guess, Naruto replied, as he wasn't so sure what to do in this situation. Yujito then walked up to the front as Naruto noticed the beautiful girl. Hey, he's not that bad looking, even though he's young, but he seemed to be close to your age, so there is not a problem, said the Nibi to Yujito, who just remained silent as she looked over Naruto. As she then introduced herself, it's nice to meet you, Naruto. I am Yujito, she said. As Naruto nodded with a smile, I still find it hard to believe that you all came this way just because I defeated an A rank missing Nin. As he said that, as everyone looked at him, like it was the simplest thing in the world. Cute and funny, I like him, said the Nibi, as Yujito just kept on looking over Naruto. Well, it was quite a shock to us. As you receive our note, we would like a marriage proposal to you and Yujito of a way of thanks, and we are also here to give you Raymon's possessions. We hope that this will create a strong treaty between Kumo and Konoha, the Raikage said, making Naruto narrow his eyes. Everyone waited for Naruto to say something, as he felt all eyes on him. As he then looked at Yujito. How do Yujito feel about this? Naruto asked. As Yujito raised her eyebrow when she heard that. I am okay with it, Naruto, Yujito said, as Naruto sighed, as everyone could tell that something was wrong with Naruto, but they didn't know what. I didn't ask what you thought about it. I was asking how you feel about it, Naruto said, making Yujito widen her eyes. Everyone then turned to Yujito for an answer, making her very nervous. I said I'm alright with it, Naruto, Yujito said, making Naruto sigh again. Tsunade, can I go now? Naruto asked, shocking the entire room with his question. Why? She asked, as she looked at Naruto confused. Naruto then turned to Yujito, as he looked at her. I don't like people who lie to themselves, Naruto said, as he then walked out of the room. As everyone now understands, Yujito might have agreed to it, but she didn't really agree to it. By feelings, she didn't even know him. Please give Naruto some time. This is new to him, Tsunade said, as A nodded. I will prepare some room for all of you, Tsunade said. But as soon as she said that, Yujito took off, as she wanted explanation from Naruto, surprising her group. Wow, she's never gone after any guy before, said Darui, with a grin on his face. With Naruto. As he was walking away from the Hokage's tower, Naruto, are you alright? The Kyuubi asked, as Naruto sighed. Sorry, Kyuubi. I probably shouldn't have done that, but I can tell in her eyes that she hated the idea, Naruto said, as the Kyuubi nodded. Having an arranged marriage and to move to a new village probably take a toll on the woman, so Naruto noticed it quickly. Maybe I should at least apologize, Naruto said, as the Kyuubi agreed. Naruto then heard someone call his name, as he turned around to see Yujito coming towards him. Yujito, Naruto said, a bit shocked, as she stopped in front of him. I am sorry, you are right. I did hate it. I didn't know you, and when I heard that I was going to live here, I was upset, said Yujito. But now I have no ill feelings about getting married to you, but we have to get to know each other, she said as Naruto nodded in agreement. I will like that as well, said Naruto. Alright Naruto, Yujito said with a small smile. Alright then, I'll see you later, Naruto said as he ran off. As Yujito merely looked at him. Whoa, you ran after him, and you also said that you're looking forward to get married to him. Maybe he's just the one you were looking for all of your life, the Nebi said. I suppose he is, Yujito said, with a small smile as she left. Back with Tsunade. Tsunade asked Raikage how long can he stay in Konoha. I was just planning on staying for a few days before going back. Why do you ask? The Raikage said. Well, we have an event that is going to happen in Konoha. It's an event that I designed and I thought that you and your shinobis would like to watch since we're allies now, Tsunade said, making A narrow his eyes. Darui and C glanced at each other and wonder what was Tsunade talking about. And what is this event? The Raikage asked, curious. It is called the HPT, and it is going to start in 2 weeks. I will be making the announcement next week, and I hope you can stay and watch, Tsunade said, as Asuma and Kakashi also narrowed their eyes as they got the invite as well, and they wonder what it was. Well, I am interested to know what this is, said A, as Tsunade then asked Kakashi and Asuma to leave. Once they did, she put up a privacy seal, as she told A everything. Now that does sound interesting, A said. I think I will stay. I will have my assistant take over everything back at the village. Well, at least Konoha is interesting, Darui said. This will be very interesting to watch. In the Konoha hospital, Teiwaya just opened her eyes, as she don't know how long she's been out, since the last thing she remember was her getting blown away by a girl with a big fan. Shizune came into the room and took out a chart. Well, you're finally awake, she said, as Teiwaya groaned. Who the hell are you, lady? Teiwaya asked, making Shizune's eyes twitch. I am your doctor for today. Now, you're Teiwaya, right? Shizune asked, as she looked at the chart. That's right, but what the hell is it to you, lady? Teiwaya asked, as Shizune took a deep breath before releasing. Well, I rather know my patient name, so I won't get mixed up. And would you stop cursing all the time? Shizune asked, making Teiwaya growl. Screw off. I will curse whenever I want. But then the air got cold, as a dark aura came around Shizune, making Teiwaya gulp. If you keep on cursing, then I'll leave you in this bed to die, said Shizune, as Teiwaya saw that smile on Shizune's face, but she knew that something dark was behind it. So, where am I anyway? Teiwaya asked. As Shizune's smile brightened, she didn't curse. You're in Konoha. You've been sleeping for about 5 days. Your friend asked us to help you. After your failed attempt to take Sasuke, we took you back here, Shizune said, making Teiwaya sigh. Damn it, I can't go back to Orochimaru now. We fail, he will kill me. And it's not like these people are going to let me leave. And who the hell is this friend that she's talking about? Teiwaya thought as Shizune walked out of the room. But she stopped at the edge of the door. You should be lucky for 2 reasons. And what the hell is that? Teiwaya asked. Well, for one, that we help you out. We normally don't treat criminals here, but Kimimaru told us that he would really appreciate it if we help you, Shizune said, making Teiwaya's eyes went wide. Kimimaru? He was the one that wanted them to help me? "Where is he?" she asked. "He's here," Shizune said, as she pointed 2 rooms down. "But he's resting now, so don't disturb him. He just went through surgery for his disease. Also, the next thing you should be happy for is that you aren't in prison," Shizune said, making Teiwaya raise her eyebrow. Naruto placed his clan on the line and said that he will take full responsibility for your actions, so we can't do anything now since he's the clan head. Though, we will appreciate it if you give us information on Orochimaru, like how Kimimaro did, Shizune said as Teiwaya gasped, as this was nothing like the Kimimaro that she knew. As she remained quiet, as she remembered Naruto, that brat that got in her way from taking Sasuke, but why would he protect her? She tried to kidnap the Uchiha, so this didn't make any sense to her at all. "Well, I'm going to go now," Shizune said. "Try and rest, Teiwaya." Shizune then left the room. "This place is weird and I need to see Kimimaro." But she had a smirk on her face, as she was happy that she was away from Orochimaru. Time skipped to nighttime. Teiwaya sneaked out of her room, as she slowly opened the door to Kimimaru's room and got in. As she saw Kimimaru, who wasn't sleeping, as he was looking through the window. "Kimimaru," said Teiwaya as he turned around. As a small smile came on his face, she was the only one that he tolerated out of the group. "I take it that you feel much better," said Kimimaru as he sit up in his bed, but Teiwaya walked up to him as she grabbed him by the collar. "What did you do, damn it? I thought you would never betray Orochimaru. You know I hate the guy, but you know how strong he is. He will kill the both of us if we don't do something." "Why did you bring us back here?" Teiwaya asked, as Kimimaru just had an impassive look on his face. "Teiwaya," he said, as he placed a hand on her hand. "As long as I known Orochimaru, I thought that he was my reason for living. He never cared about any of us. He just wanted us to retrieve this Uchiha, and any one of us die. That wasn't his priority." "Still, why? You even told them all the information you had on Orochimaru. Tell me why," Teiwaya asked, as she was trying her best to keep her voice low, but it wasn't working out. "It's because I have a new reason for living. He told me not to throw my life away. It's thanks to him that I'm even alive. I owe him my life, and even if you leave, I am going to stay here," Kimimaru said. "And that is Naruto. You really believe that this blonde brat can protect us from Orochimaru? I believe that if any of us, his harm are taken, he will do his best. I really believe that he can protect us, Teiwaya." As Teiwaya looked at Kimimaru as she sighed, as she released his collar. "I still think that you're being an idiot, trusting this brat. But if you have so much faith in him, then I'll be an idiot as well and trust him," said Teiwaya as she left the room. With Yujito, the Raikage gave her a scroll to give Naruto, as she headed off, but she had no idea where he lived, until she came upon a girl that had a tail and dark ears, as she asked her if she knew where Naruto lived. "Oh yeah, I live with Naruto at the Namikaze compound. I'll take you there," the girl said. A tail. "Now I've seen everything," Yujito said to herself, making the Nibi laugh. At the Namikaze compound, Naruto sighed as he looked around his room. He was looking for a book to give to Fu. He then heard a knock on the door, as he made a shadow clone to search for the book while he go and answer the door. As Naruto opened it, Kasumi jumped on him. "Hello Naruto," she said, as she gave him a kiss. But then, the both of them heard a cough, as they turned around to see a blushing Yujito. "Sorry about that, Yujito," Naruto said, as he got off the ground. "I didn't expect you here. Can I help you?" he asked. Yujito then opened her pouch as she took out a scroll and gave Naruto. "This is from the Raikage. He sent me to deliver it to you." Naruto took the scroll. "Well, since you came all the way out here, would you like something to drink?" Naruto asked, as Yujito nodded as she was kind of thirsty. As he then brought her some water as she thanked him. As Naruto then applied chakra to the scroll, and books, weapon, and also money came out. Naruto raised her eyebrow, and Yujito did as well, as she saw the amount of money and wondered how much did Rayman left behind. But Naruto picked up the book that read Sword Mythology, as it was a journal, and it read, Day 1, I found and possess an elemental sword. It seems to really like me. I am only a chunin, and yet I felt a strong connection to this sword. I will keep on writing my progress as it go along. As Naruto looked at his three swords, as he focused on the lightning sword, as he wondered, what are you guys? But guys, I'm gonna be ending this episode right here. If you want to see the next part of this, you already know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notification so they posted. Remember to share this all with your friends on your social media platform. And yeah, for now, I'm out of here. Peace.